Hey everyone, welcome. We are going to start in a couple of minutes, so take your time. While we wait, tell us in the chat, where are you watching from today? Oh, I see many familiar faces from the community. Hi Kike, hi Gerard,
Hello, hello.
hello Sofia. Well, today's session is going to be really fun. We will start in a minute, but I wanted to tell you that for those of you watching from London, we have something really cool coming up. On March the 18th, Free Pick and Bite Plus are hosting an in-person meetup for creatives. I'll be there. So come say hi. We will drop the link in the chat because you need to request your spot because we are keeping it small. But happy to see you there.
Yeah,
Mm.
exciting.
By the way, have you seen the latest chapter of Chronicles of Bones? If you don't know it, it's a series by Cavan the Kid. Go to check it after the session. We'll drop the link in the chat also. It's one of our free originals, and it's a new program where we support high quality audiovisual pieces made using our tools. The last one is incredible. Okay, I see more people coming. Hello.
Good morning or good afternoon.
Yeah. So we can start. Welcome to Inspiring Session. I'm Angela, a partner lead, and I will be your host today. Let me introduce our guest, Gabriela C Walther, a Mexican mixed media artist who blends photography, painting, AI, and film to explore memory and identity. Gabriela, welcome. How are you doing today?
Thank you so much for having me, and I'm so happy to be here. I'm very excited, and I have been using FreePix since a long, long time ago. So this is a true honor for me being able to share a snippet of my workflow and spaces, which is super fun. So I'm very excited.
Oh, so great to have you with us.
Okay.
Um, Before we dive in, I'm curious, what role does AI play in your creative work?
Well, for me, AI is like an extension of my toolkit. So,
Mhm.
as if I have always been really keen to mix media. So I like to use, I don't know, cyanotype and film photography, digital photography, intervention. So when AI came into place, it was just like, whoa, it opens up this whole new world of what I can extend my body of work to. It gives
Mhm.
like a new dimension, literally, to a photo that I have taken before. So this is why it has been a huge impact from my
Mm.
filmmaking work to my mixed media work. And I encourage creatives to try it out because it can really be just this amazing portal to your work.
So great to hear. I think that is the present now, mix real work with AI, right? Tell us, what are we going to see today?
So today I want to show you how to reimagine and really give a new life to content that you already have, maybe photos from a trip or an old gallery on your hard drive that you're like, oh, it has been so long, but this is where it gets really interesting, like repurposing content through AI. So today we're going to see how to transform an image into different materials, how to
Mm.
animate it, and also using lists, which makes it super fun and useful when you have a lot of ideas and just want
Mm.
to put them everything in front of you. So a little bit of that, and yeah, I'm super excited to show.
Nice. I can wait. All right, everyone, get ready, and Gabriela, take it away.
Yeah. So do we start now? Yeah.
Yeah, you can start.
Okay, so first I want to, well, thanks again, Free Peak. for having me here. And I want to show you around the homepage of Spaces, which is really cool. You have all of these different tabs where you can search for templates. And this makes it really useful because when you have something in mind that you want to just get it done, you can just go ahead and use one of these already done templates. I'm going to go to the tab of AI partners, which is where you can find a lot of templates from other partners of FreePic. And if you go all the way here, this is where you can find the template that I co-created with FreePic. So let's take a look and let's dive into the workflow. So as you can see, just a quick overview. You will have directions on how to use it. And this is the original photograph that I took in a trip. I was in Korea. So for me, it was the first time I experienced cold. Like where I live, it's not cold, at least not like that. So it was really cold. And it was really interesting for me to see this flower because it was almost like it snowed 2 days after this photo or something. So it was really, really cold. We have these dry leaves and then these blooming rose, right? So that really stuck with me. And I decided to convert it into like this ceramic glaze material, which is kind of a variation of the idea of a flower, right? It's so beautiful, but it can also be so fragile. And that's kind of the idea. And here I animated. So as you can see, everything is ready to use over here. It gives you steps as well. I use Nano Banana, and here I believe Cling 2.6. So here's a little bit more of the overview. As you can see, here is a zoom in from the flower with a second frame. So when you use two frames, it's really interesting because it gives you more control in terms of animation. As well as here, you can experiment with movements that are kind of not natural to the material you are seeing. So that makes it even more interesting. So let's go ahead and test it out like hands on over here. So here I already have the image that I want to change the material. So you have two ways of doing it here. To create a new node, you just grab the little image over here and you will have this search bar. And just click over here and type Nano Banana 2, which is what I recommend at the moment. It's a new model. It's super exciting to try out. On the past template, I use Nano Banana Pro, but let's go ahead and use the number 2. And here we're going to change the aspect ratio to 9:16. As you can see now, it's a little bit bigger, so it will complete the extra part that we need on the top and the bottom. That's really useful when you need to like create content for social media and your images are shorter. You can always just set it in your image prompt so it's bigger. So here I'm going to ask to turn the flower into ceramic glaze. And let's go ahead and click run. What's really cool right now too is that I believe in some plans of FreePic you can have unlimited Nano Banana. I'm not sure which ones, but that's really cool if you want to really go ahead and experiment a lot. So that's one way to do it. And as that is going on, let's go ahead and see another way to do it is that you can go ahead and do right click, and then you will have this drop down menu, and then just type Nano Banana 2 again. And let's go ahead and connect our image to our other reference image. So it's very intuitive, as you can see. Whenever you see, if you get confused, just look for the little image icon and you will connect, and that's it. So let's go ahead and, oh, look at it. That's so cute. So in this case, I didn't ask for a color change, so that's why it kept it more red. But if you want, you can say in pastel colors, and we will get a different result. So let's go ahead and type it in over here as well. And what's really interesting about this is that you can go ahead and even ask for more ideas of materials if you don't have a lot of, like, maybe if you're in a creative block, for example, which I have suffered and maybe a lot of creatives too. You can ask, you can double click here on the right and type assistant. So basically, it's like a powerhouse of ChatGPT or Claude or whichever LLM you want. Over here, you can see how many. And let's go ahead and ask for the Cloud Sonnet 4.5. And here you are going to select export as list, okay? So this is gonna help us make a list of materials, and I'm gonna show you how easy it is to bring this idea into many more options. So, oh, we have it over here. That's so cute. Okay, so let's say to the assistant, please make a list of 10 different materials, and they should be fun, ceramic, 2D illustration, and 3D. And then you're gonna click play. So this is gonna pop up a list, and then we can use that to create different variations of our image. As you can see, we have clay ceramic, watercolor paper, clay sculpture. So it's a lot. And this is really helpful for when you're kind of stuck on what to do. So let's say we want to create a new variation of another image. So we will just right click and go to media and to assets. So for example, let's try out this orchid over here. This is a really crazy orchid I found at an orchid show, and it's a photo I took. So this is why, like, experimenting with materials you already have on your hard drive can be very interesting to take out that creative block. So right now we're gonna do a nano banana over here, nano banana 2, and let's connect the, let's ask for change the materials and texture on the image 2, and then you're gonna type an at, and that's gonna help us select our list. So as you can see, I'm going to do it again. Maybe I'm too far away. So click at and then list 1. And what that's going to do is going to give us a variation of change the materials and texture of the image to clay ceramic, watercolor paper, clay sculpture. But instead of doing it one by one, it's just going to do it all at once. So let's see what happens. I forgot to mention, you can select 2K, 1K, so let's go with 2K. And as well, for the purpose of the live, I'm gonna go and turn off my infinite, so this is more smooth. When you turn on the infinite, it's like unlimited. So I believe that's in certain plans, so you can just check out which ones are included, and it's a really cool feature because you can just go all in with Nano Banana. Okay, so, sorry. While this is going on, let's go ahead over here. Oh, look at that. It's pastel colors. I love it. So this is really into the Easter theme that we have coming on. Everything started being pastel colors. So I think it's great to animate this one. So let's go ahead, and if you click over here, as I said, you can just have a shortcut of what you can do. So I'm just going to click in video generator. And over here, I'm going to change my aspect ratio to 9:16. So let's ask for a smooth movement of the flowers. So let's say the flower blooms slowly. And we can also select a model, which in this case, I really love Clean 3. So let's go ahead and test it out. We can add sound effects and change the resolution. Oh, I'm sorry. And the seconds that we want. So this is really cool because we know that social media right now is just like 2-3 seconds, and people are gone. So you can even select 3 or 4 seconds if you want really specific. Okay, so let's go ahead and click for 5. I'm sorry. All right, and let's see what we have over here. Oh wow. So as you can see, it generated all of our options. I really love this one that looks like glazy glass. I don't know, it just looks so beautiful. Aren't orchids so crazy? I mean, they're beautiful and crazy at the same time. We have the watercolor. I don't know which one this is. I think it's like clay. To the illustration, another kind of like glazy texture, another type of illustration. This is more like a 3D, I guess, another type of clay. More illustration. So as you can see, where I'm going is that it doesn't really have to be like you have an idea at the exact moment. You can use the assistant to help you get to the idea you need or you want. So even if you have a list, that is also possible. So let's just make a variation, let's say, of the one that looks more like glass. Okay, of this one. So if you go ahead and click on the one that you like, for example, let's say this one, and you click over there, it's going to add it to the board. Okay, and what is helpful for this is that can allows you to make an extra note to create a variation. In this case, I imagine that it will look nice if the orchid blooms were closed, and that will be our start frame, and then it opens. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm sorry. Oh my god. Let's go ahead and grab a note from here, and then type again nano banana. And from here, let's ask for the orchid petals are closed. So for these kind of changes, you don't have to be very specific with the prompt. It can be very subtle. Sometimes it works and sometimes it wants more specific. So it really depends. Let's go ahead and click run. And also you can ask for more generations. So let's try 4 different and see which one we like more. And click play. Okay. So let's see over here if this is already done. Almost there. I'm sorry for all the, I don't know how to say in English, cough, but the weather here is really dry, so it's making me drink a lot of water. I'm sorry, guys. But all good. Okay. So let's just wait for this one to be ready, and then we can do the animation with start and last frame. All right. Almost done. This one's really crazy too. It's like stone, like it's stone sculpture, I guess. But I can totally see that in a movie set somehow. I don't know what the movie will be about, but okay. Oh, I'm sorry. So as you can see, the blooms are now closed. And this is really interesting because we can play around with which one will be best. I think this one makes more sense, like with the size, or this one. Okay, let's go ahead and use this one over here. So you're gonna do a right click and then ask. You can just directly ask for the model you want, which I love, and then click on Cling. You can use whichever model. There's a lot of models, but right now I have a fixation with Cling 3.0. Let's change the aspect ratio to 9:16. And for this movement, I believe this one is best for a start frame. So you're just gonna grab this icon over here and connect it to your start image. And as you can see here, we're gonna grab this one and connect it to our end image, all right? We're gonna ask for sound effects because, you know, sound, like think about your favorite movie. It usually has really good sound design, and that is like all of that kind of sounds that you have of real live actions plus good soundtracks. So I really suggest that you select sound effects every time you generate video. And this is because you will just have advantage over whatever you're creating because it already has a good sound design. It's usually really good. But yeah, you can also generate it on the side, but I like to always turn that on. So let's say the orchid petals bloom and click play over here. Let's go and see if our other video is ready. So right now, this one is more like moving with the wind. So what that is telling me is that I need a another frame where the bloom is closed. So let's go over here and do the nano banana variation. The bloom are closed. So it becomes like a little system, right? You start exploring, you see what works, what doesn't work, and then from there you can explore even more. So while that is going on, I want to show you other things that I already made for you to see. Let me just go to the other window. So for example, here is another way to use materials. As you can see, I added cotton candy to the illustration, glossy material, glazed ceramics, and clay. Like Nano Banana is really good with those kind of realistic materials. I tend to see when I have experimented that whenever it's a close up, it will be so good too. But when you use like an animal or a person, like I will show you now, it gets super interesting. Like, for example, here, she's my cat. Her name is Paprika. She's sleeping somewhere on the living room right now. And I took this photo in my house, right? So here you can see how I transformed her into clay and other materials like holographic. This is like kind of those needed little plushies. I don't know exactly what the name is, but you see what I'm going. Like you can go all in with any materials you imagine. And from there, the interesting part is that you can animate it like so, right? So another really cool thing that you can do is that from one image, you can ask for variations. So I will show you in a second how to do this. And basically it gives you a storyboard or variations of one shot, which allows you to make your film or your commercial or whichever piece of work you're doing more it has more coverage, right? So think about again your favorite movie or series. They usually have coverage of important parts of the scene or moments, which makes it more realistic, more relatable. That's super useful to make your story stronger. Okay. And yeah, so here are some videos that I want to show you as well from the past images. That's really funny. And yeah, so you can actually do batch of videos as well with the same prompt as we did with the images. So let's go ahead over here. Let's wait a few more seconds. So while that is going on, I'm going to show you how to do the variations part. And okay, let's do right click and go to assets. In this case, for me, because I already have it upload, but if not, you can just go to your computer and grab an image that you like from there. So for example, let's go with this one over here. And oh, there it is. So let's go ahead with the list. Let's go ahead with a list. And here I'm going to add like some materials that I really like, ceramic glaze. And you click OK, and then you go to the plus sign. This is if you want to do it manually. For example, if you have a list, old school like me, like a very paper list, you can do like this, origami and click on the little check mark. Oh, this one I really like. I wanted to show you. Building blocks, it's kind of like the ones you used to play with as a kid, maybe. They have come back, I think, as a, like, you see it all over the stores, like flowers made of building blocks and stuff. And let's try blown glass. And one more, like a 3D glossy render. And a balloon, latex balloon. All right. So now that we have that, let's go ahead with the nano banana. Again, nano banana 2. And we're going to connect it to our image. And then we're going to say, change the materials and texture in the whole scene. That's really important. To list, and you see list number 3. So list number 3. Whichever list number you have here, that's going to be what you connect. And let's click play. And in the meantime that is happening, I promise this will have more sense in a second. We're still waiting for the video over here. Okay. So this is really fast. Nano Banana 2 usually is super fast. And yeah, I'm super excited to show you around a little bit more. Our video is almost ready. I can't wait to see what it came up with. Cling. Okay. Wow, it's blooming. How cool is that? Let's see it in big screen. It looks like a shy orchid, right? It's so cute. And it kind of looks plasticky, but real at the same time. It's hard to tell what material is, but that makes me like it even more. All right. So you can see how everything's being generated over here. Oh, wow, the balloon ones is really crazy. Really cool. So let's double click and see. I mean, even the hand is made of balloons. How cool is that? We have the glazy texture. The blown glass I really like. I love flowers made of blown glass. It makes it so kind of whimsical to the illustration. So yeah, we have all of the materials we wanted to test. Oh, here is the building blocks. Who wants to get a building blocks of flowers? I would love to. It's so cool. So as you can see, this gets really fun, really fast, really infinite. So for example, let's say you really like this one. So you will click on this little arrow to add it to the board. Let's go ahead and see what happens with variations. So let's go again and hop this little thing over here. And we're gonna click in variations. Here you have some different options. You can go ahead and click over here and you will see different ways of using them. Right now, none of these kind of apply because we don't have like a person, but the reframe and storyboard do apply really well. So I will go ahead and do a storyboard. I will change the aspect ratio to 16:9. Yes, I mean to 9:16. And click play. All right. So this really is helpful when you want to complete your story, or maybe you're stuck on what's next, what should I do, or you just like need more coverage of a scene. Even like a real photo shoot, sometimes you don't have the whole time and you can just get extra shots from what you already have and like reimagine your materials. All right, so variations are usually really fast. So let's go ahead and wait a little bit. Oh, that's so cool. Somebody said my sister has a house full of building block flowers. Oh, wow. That's really interesting. I would love to know the brand of that building block made of plant extracts. That sounds super fun. But yeah, I definitely want to build this one and have it on my shelf.
Yeah, Gabriela, I love this picture of you, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So
And
I'm
we are
just,
having so great comments in the chat.
oh wow, look at that. That's so cool. I
Mm.
like okay. So I'm super excited about this one. I think it's the example that excited me the most because as you can see, even with variations, we now have a little story. Like this could be a commercial for the building block. You know, you have them all from zero and then you start having them little by little. So I mean, how useful is variations? I love the new feature.
Yes, and you completely build a new story starting from that picture, and you can turn into a video, all of them.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. Because here, as you can see, we have the list. And for example, you can just take this out, take this out. So you
Nice.
can do a video of each one. And for example, here it could be start frame and end frame, or we could definitely have even more fun, I think, start frame and end frame. So we can try that out, definitely.
Oh, let's see what's happening.
Yeah. I really like Cling 3. I think I need to use another model, but it's so good. I mean, there's a lot of good models, like, and what I love about FreePick is that you guys always have the top of the top super early, and that's the best.
Mhm.
So let's type here the construction blocks form into flowers. And I like sometimes to add kind of like a stop motion animation style. This is useful if you have like a certain idea of how you want to do your oh, I forgot an R, of how you want your animation to be. Like if you want it super like detail or more like realistic, you can add these kind of things, stop motion animation style. Or maybe you want it more realistic and cinematic, you could add cinematic style and things like that. So let's go ahead and give it some seconds to develop, like around 8. And yeah, let's see how this comes out. So as you can see, we have a lot of the details over here. I mean, I really want that cloud. I mean, that background made of construction blocks, clouds. It's just so cute. You can just take them like everything out. For example, another thing that you can do is select these 3 over here. Well, we can arrange them so they look pretty, and also group them. So if we group them, we can just ask for the video. I mean, the list, and we will have the items here, and then animate it. Just the 3 of them, just like all the 3 of them together. To the I mean, stop motion animation of the blocks, and click play over here. So this one usually takes a little bit with Kling, but we can see some other options around here. For example, I really like this one. What happens if I select in variations a instead of reframe? Oh, sorry. Instead of reframe, what happens if I select? I mean, instead of storyboard, a reframe. So let's go ahead and click play. Oh, thank you for watching. I'm super excited to share some of my flow, and I hope this helps to anyone that might be having a creative block. I mean, everyone has their own ways to get out of it, but I really enjoy playing around with AI to get out of it too. So I'm waiting for the video to be
Mm.
complete, and
And
yeah, we're
Gabriela,
having.
I know that you wanted to show us something related to audio because we
Oh
are
yeah.
running in time to the demo and we need
Ooh,
to go to the
yeah.
Q&A session, but you can show
Okay.
us if you want.
Yeah. So you think this image could be a good, interesting to do an audio, right? I think.
I think
Yeah.
yes. What do you think? You are the artist here.
Okay. So let's go ahead and select over here, and we're gonna go to the assistant. So this is an interesting way to do it. It's like, I mean, one of my favorites. So I'm gonna ask the assistant to please describe the image, right? And it's gonna export it as a text, which will be our prompt for our sound generation. Okay. So in the meantime, let's go ahead and do a right click here and click and type in sound. And let's go ahead for music generator. So as you can see, the assistant developed all of these kind of prompt, which is a description of the image. And what we can do over here is select the time we want our sound to be and just grab this, type it over here as a prompt, or you can always just connect it. And I'm gonna add some description of how I want my sound to be. So I'm gonna type whimsical music, no voice, fun. And let's click play and see what we have over here. So, oh, we have the reframe variation. As you can see, many different angles that you have now to animate your video. Okay, and while this is generating, I would like to do another example of the music generator just with another image, maybe a photograph. Let's see, uploads. Let's see with this one, or maybe this one with the little fish. I'm gonna take my headphones off and let's see if you can hear the music. Please confirm with me because I'm not sure. Can you hear it? Yeah? No? I
I
don't know.
think more or less, but the quality is not the best. But
Okay.
yes, we can make an idea. Maybe or maybe you can share with us the prompt later, and we will drop it in the link to people to have it.
All right. Perfect. So, it's so exciting. I really like the music because it gives you like this kind of whimsical and playful sound. So this is another way to just give it like a roundup to your whole system of creating a video, a commercial, just an art piece. You have everything. Like you have sound design, you have a soundtrack design now from your image, and we can do the same thing here, right? So I don't know if I can do
Nice.
one more. Can I do one
Yeah,
more? Yeah.
yeah, sure. People are saying that they are listening it and
Oh,
that it is incredible.
ah,
So
thank
let's try
you.
with another one.
I'm glad you like it. So I really think these kind of workflows make everything much smoother. As an artist, you get no distractions whatsoever because you have everything in one place. Okay, so now we have the. And also, another thing that it's really good about this exercise is that you can study prompt structure because it's literally describing you the image. So, if you want to reverse engineer the process of learning, this is a good way to do it. And let's go ahead and do a right click here and go to music generator. So we have 11 Labs Music and Google Lydia. Let's try now with Google Lydia and connect the text. Now another way to do it is connecting, and I will also add I will add here. Well, I don't want to add anything here. I just want to see what it does, like just as it is. Um,
Nice. In the
yeah,
meantime, we have some question in the chat. Uh, shall we take a look?
yeah, yeah. Of course, I would love
Nice.
to see what people are asking. Yeah.
Okay. I can see a great question from Farah. Uh, he's asking, can I place a glass and sunglass on model face using this process? I think he's referring to the start frame and end frame when you connect the nodes of the orchidea.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, definitely. So basically, think of it as that's a really good question, also, as your literally your first and last frame, whichever thing you want to add on the video, make sure to have it on either the last frame or the first frame, because if it's not there, it will be sometimes difficult, or you will have to do many iterations for the video to get it done well. So always the best thing to do is whichever you want to add, have it on your second frame. So make the girl have the glasses, so the model knows what the glasses look like and where she's going to put it in. So that will be my tip.
Nice. Nice. I can see another one here. Okay, Gabriela, what's the difference between using spaces and another tools in the FreePK suite for this kind of work or whatever? I mean, mm, what do you prefer? Working in spaces or
Okay.
in another tools with the image generator only, the video generator only? What do you think?
Okay, I think for me, Spaces has changed my whole workflow in a good way, because as you can see, like I can just zoom out and I have everything here. I can go back to whichever video or image I want. So it makes it more flowy, literally. But for whenever I have like, oh, I just need to change the color of this background, and that's it. And then I have to do something outside, I don't know. Then I will just use the image generator and do it super fast. But Spaces for me is like where I contain a whole project, right?
Hmm.
Or like chapter one, chapter two, chapter three. That helps me keep it really organized. And also, like, if I sometimes I think maybe this idea won't work well, and then I come back after having lunch or whatever, and I see it again. I'm like, no, it does work well. I just needed to get away. So
Yeah, I know.
that is kind of like why I love Spaces. It just feels like I have everything on my table and I can just move the cards around, play with it. So I really enjoy it.
Mm. Oh, nice. So before we wrap up, shall we see the last song?
Oh yeah, of course. I'm gonna put this closer so maybe you can hear it well, like the microphone. Let's
Hmm.
see. Oh, sorry.
I don't think if the people is can hear it, but anyway, we will share the prompt
Okay.
in the chat so you can try it yourself.
Okay. Oh, I thought it
But
was okay.
people are saying I hadn't seen that 11 Labs is inside PP. That's so cool. So I think people are engaging with the audio tool, audio notes.
That's great. Yeah, and I can definitely share this like a separate space with the audio notes so they can use it. I would love to do that too.
Oh, nice and wow, great comment from wonderful word of staff. Oh, nice. He said, this workflow changed my whole mindset when it comes to video creation. Wow, Gabriela, it's for
Ah,
your work.
thank you so much. I'm super happy that I can share.
Mm, thank you. So we are coming to the end of the session today. This was so much fun. Thank you so much for being here, Gabriela. This was really great. And to everyone watching, thank you for joining us today. The session is going to be published in YouTube, so you can see it anytime you want. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Thank
Bye
you. Thank you so
bye.
much for having me. Bye.